We owe it to our audience, really. We're just putting stuff out there, just like you guys are putting stuff out there, right? You're having fun, you're learning, you got content you want to share, and it's the audience, it's the people that we do this, that hear us. I mean, we started it for ourselves. Because Travis and I were having conversations almost every day on Messenger, asking, "What do you think of this Ethereum thing? And what about this coin? Did you see there's an ICO coming? What's this Ant shares?" And one day he just dropped a message to me on Facebook, and he kind of had his little winky face with it and said, "When are we going to start the Joel and TW crypto show?" And I was like, "Oh, that would be fun. Let's do that." And that's what we did. And the fact that anybody wants to listen at all, still is baffling to us, but we're grateful.
Layer 1 is a podcast and community dedicated to helping you master all things crypto. We'll be bringing you the best interviews with project executives, technical analysis for trading of the most popular cryptocurrencies, and insight into what's actually happening behind the scenes.
As you join us each episode, you're going to hear about tokens, fundraisers, investments, and even crypto conspiracies. But please remember that nothing we say should be considered financial or legal advice.
Come join us on this journey, and welcome to Layer 1. All right, good morning, good evening, good night. It's another episode of Layer 1. We're bringing you the hottest, the latest, the best from around the crypto industry. Dima, what's going on today, man? How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing well. As always, we have two exciting guests today. I'm super excited to hit it and talk about NFTs, everything in crypto, and see which rabbit hole we kind of go in, we're going to end up going into. Q, who do we got?
Yeah, we have Joel Comm and Travis Wright from the Bad Crypto podcast, and they do a ton of other things that we're going to get into. You can see behind Travis, he's got Blockchain Heroes. Behind Joel, they got Nifty Box. They got a lot of things that they're doing, the Nifty Show as well. So I want to get to them here in a second. Man, we had a good conversation pre-episode there, but we're going to kind of bring them in now. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. We're not going to talk about any of that pre-episode stuff. We're just going to... This is only real episode stuff.
Yeah. Those are for the Patreon folks. They only get the pre-show stuff. And we got one exciting guest, Mr. Joel Comm, and one less exciting guest, me.
It's Lord Joel Comm.
Oh,
it's true.
Wow.
We are Scottish landowners. I am also a lord.
We shall only hereby refer to you as Lord here, Joel. But
Sir Lord.
Sir Lord. I'm sorry. I knew having this podcast that we were going to have a ton of fun, and we're already having a great time. So hopefully you guys out there that are listening are going to come down the rabbit hole with us and have a great time as well. But let's get into your guys' background. You guys have been around the tech industry, around crypto for a long time. So for those of you familiar, or those of people not familiar with you guys yourselves, what's going on?
Travis was born yesterday.
I got in crypto back in 1973, back when it was punch cards.
You're Satoshi Tramamoto. Yeah. We've both been in tech for a long time.
I was hanging out with Doc.
I built my first website back in 1995 and sold a site to Yahoo, created a #1 iPhone app, written 15 books, traveled the world and spoken on many, many stages, bought sites, sold sites, flipped sites, created software, and really went down the crypto rabbit hole in early 2017. And Travis and I had been friends, and somehow that led to us deciding to put on a show, and here we are.
Yeah, fun fact, Facebook just sent us a friend-iversary thing today. We've been friends for 7 years today.
Oh, happy friend-iversary, Mr.
Happy
Sir Lord
friend-iversary
Travis,
too,
right?
Mr.
I didn't take you as a Facebook guy, Travis.
Yeah, well, you know what? What do you mean? Of course I got on Facebook. You know what? I used to be a global digital strategist for a large Silicon Valley company, and Semantic for the Norton brand. And so I was all about, I've been to the Twitter headquarters. I've been to both Twitter headquarters. I've been to Google's headquarters. I've been to Facebook's headquarters, Reddit's, YouTube's. I've been to all of them for business, but now I hate them all. Because all the censorship stuff that they're doing. So we need to have this decentralized world, and we need it now more than ever. And my background, I got online, and started doing marketing stuff back in the 90s. And, you name it from, starting, I learned how to build HTML. I said, man, I got online the first time. And I was like, whoa, these websites are awesome. How do they work? And I was like, oh, HTML. Okay, how's HTML work? I literally had built my first website within hours of getting online the very first time. I learned like, how does HTML work? How do you build a website? Well, what does it do? How's it happen? And so I had a lot of fun, and along the way, I've learned a lot of stuff, met a lot of amazing people. It just, just really, as the space evolved from Web 1.0 to 2.0 to now as we're entering Web 3.0, just all the different touch points along the way and seeing where things are heading. And that's the most exciting stuff, is like, not the stuff that, the thing is that the industry changes, people adapt to the new industry, and then, and they stay there and they're doing stuff. Joel and I, we just keep moving on. Like, what's next? What's the next thing that's going to make things better? How can we help make the world better by doing good stuff? And how can technology serve us instead of serving big tech and big politicians and big corporations? And so we really started having a lot of conversations around that and dove in, and now we're full on in blockchain. We've been doing this now. We're doing bad crypto now for 3.5 years. And now we really see these non-fungible tokens, which is something that we're spending a lot of time on right now. NFTs is what they're called. You don't know about them yet, probably, but you're going to. We launched Blockchain Heroes right there, and we're just having fun innovating and pioneering this space. And we're trying to bring people to it, because this is a fun area. And as we mentioned, decentralization is where it's at.
You know what technology can't do for us yet, Travis, that I want it to do? Make me a sandwich.
pretty sure there's blockchain robots now.
No, but like, I want to read, like on Star Trek, you'd say just boop and something would be made, right? I just want to reach into my screen and pull out a sandwich. Can't do it.
Well, you kind of can with DoorDash. You kind of just reach into your phone.
That's not the same. That's not
okay. All right. Well, you're not pleased. I'm the one. Eventually, you'll get happy with it.
I want instant bacon. Damn it!
Hey, Dima's got us on schedule here.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna ask Joel a question about during the time of the website, and the whole .com boom. It's probably very exciting times. During that phase, but a lot of people kind of compare it to like crypto and the growth that we've seen and all that stuff. And it's interesting to see like the web companies, the tech companies that maybe had good intentions, with like, all right, we're gonna connect all these people together, everybody's gonna socialize, it's beautiful, now we can have long distance relationship. But then it turned into like some of the bad stuff that we have here, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, how do you compare this, maybe to decentralization stuff that's happening in crypto? Everybody has this idea of like, all right, this is going to be decentralized, everybody's going to have access, there's no censorship and all that stuff. Is there a possibility this can actually turn into something bad as well, have some negatives?
The short answer is yes, of course it can. But I want to highlight something you said there at the beginning, that for those that were in the beginning of the internet and that first .com boom and the bubble and the bust, when I discovered and understood Bitcoin mining in early 2017, it was deja vu. I mean, I've seen a lot of technologies come and go, but when I understood Bitcoin, I'm like, oh, damn, this is like 1995 for me all over again. This is going to be huge, which is why Travis and I shifted and went all in and discovered that, there's a whole new niche. And then even going in on crypto, was super exciting. We discovered NFTs in late 2017, but it wasn't until the beginning of this year, and then when we discovered the Wax blockchain, that we have, so much of our time is now being spent on this particular niche within crypto on the NFTs. Now, to go directly to the question of can it go bad? Of course it can. On one hand, we're all about decentralization, and we're like, yeah, screw the old world financial systems. And then at the same time, every week on our news episode, we're saying, oh, a new financial institution is getting into Bitcoin. There's a new fund manager, there's a new bank, PayPal's going in on, and we get excited.
MicroStrategy invested $425 million.
Right. So, what the downside of it is certainly that the old world financial systems can still get a foothold in it and still seek to control to their best efforts. And then, of course, you've got governments regulating. Bitcoin was never made to be regulated. Crypto wants to be free. And yet they're saying, well, you can't quite do this yet. The SEC says this, the IRS says this, the CFTC is saying this. And they're making it challenging for crypto to allow itself to be free. So I almost kind of see this Bitcoin, behind bars going, let me out of here.
Bitcoin behind bars. Nice. That's like that. That should be a title of an episode.
So we're gonna get into the specifics of what you guys are doing, specifically on Wax, obviously with the NFTs, Nifty Box, Blockchain Heroes, all the stuff that you guys are kind of getting into there. But I kind of wanted to touch on one more thing before we made it. If you had to go back, because you guys have this huge experience in all of these different eras, what would you guys tell yourself at the different kind of inflection points? So right when the dot-com boom was starting, what would you go back and tell yourself as an entrepreneur, as a product manager, as marketers? What would you
buy
tell
Apple
yourself?
stock, buy Amazon
exactly
stock?
besides the investing portion, from like a founder's perspective?
For me, I would have, it's hard to look back and say what you would have changed because my career has been so fun and full of success and failure. That's all, helped to grow me to who I am. So anytime we look back and think, what would you do different? Certainly if I could get rid of some of the mistakes, some of the bad choices I made, but then I wouldn't have learned, and grown from them. I don't know. I just kind of accept life as what it is. And here you are today. Today is all you've got. Yesterday, is a cash check and it's gone. So what value do you bring to the world today? What excites you? What is fun for you to be involved in? What are you enslaving yourself to because the world told you that this is how you're supposed to do it? What do you really want to be doing? And just focus on that, because you can't change the past at all.
Anything there, Travis?
I just want to know, what's a check?
And how to cash it.
I always say this, is that, the past and the future, both of them are just a figment of your imagination at this point, right? The only moment you have is now. The moment of power is now. The only time you can do something is now. And so many people spend so much of their time worrying about the past, worrying about the future, thinking about what other people think about them. And you know what? Just go out and do stuff, man. I mean, when we first started our podcast, we thought, hey, we should do a show. And then literally 2 days later, everything was done. We built the website. We built all the branding. We set up all the social channels. We launched the first show. We created the podcast intro that we still use today. It's just a matter of doing stuff. So many organizations and so many people get caught up in the what about, a coulda, shoulda, woulda, and this and that and whatever, and just do. And you know what? And then reiterate and iterate and iterate. And then, just keep getting better and keep learning new skills and keep growing forward. Now, one thing I would have said to myself is, Travis, don't leave those 55 Bitcoin on your hard drive and get rid of the computer and save your private keys. Ooh. Because in 2010, 2011, 2011, whenever that Slashdart article came out, I mined Bitcoin and I mined a block of Bitcoin, 50 Bitcoin. And then Nick Szabo had one of those faucets where you could go and just, if you go every day, you could go one time a day at 5 Bitcoin for free. And Nick Szabo was giving them away. And I went, I'm a genius. I went one time and never went again. And then I lost all my Bitcoin, that magical internet money.
Awesome. All right.
Well, there it is. Easy come, easy go.
I could tell that ethos kind of is fueling you guys, because you guys are constantly evolving, adapting to these different times, and definitely want to give you guys a good shout out there. So as far as the Bad Crypto podcast, you guys are continuously doing that to this day. What's the plans in the future with that? Just continue like innovating there and kind of give us the background.
Just keep doing it. Right now we do 2 episodes a week. Our Thursday evening release is our bad news episode, which we've been doing almost since the beginning. So I'd say for about 3 years we've been doing that weekly show, and we just cover the news for the week. Of course, the news isn't bad. We are. And then our Sunday night release is an interview show. This morning we interviewed Richard Ells, the CEO and founder of Electronium, and that's coming out on, I don't know when you're going to air this, but either in the future or the past, we'll have Richard on the show. And we've interviewed so many people, in these 3+ years, and we just have fun doing it. I mean, we crack up, we make jokes, you know, we don't understand a lot of times until we dive in and ask the questions. And the show has always been, hey, not only are we not financial advisors, but we're not crypto experts. So we're going to go down the rabbit hole. You guys are invited to come along with us. Let's have some fun as we do. Let's learn stuff. And now it turns out, you know, almost 3.5 years later from starting it, we actually do know a thing or two, you know, about crypto now, and can speak on it and can teach. Not always the most eloquently, but, you know, we do the best we can.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 3.5 years, and Mr. Sir Lord Joel Comm doesn't hate me yet. It's it's getting close, though. I can tell.
No, I
probably
love
near
you,
the end
Mr.
of
Travis
the run.
Wright, Sir Lord person. Dude.
Yeah, congrats on your success thus far, guys. That's
Thanks.
amazing.
We're having fun. We owe it to our audience, really. You know, we're just putting stuff out there, just like you guys are putting stuff out there, right? You're having fun, you're learning, you got content you want to share, and it's the audience, it's the people that we do this, you know, that hear us. I mean, we started it for ourselves. Because, you know, Travis and I were having conversations almost every day on Messenger asking, what do you think of this Ethereum thing? And what about this coin? Did you see there's an ICO coming? What's this ant shares, you know, thing that's coming out of China? It's supposed to be the Ethereum, you know, the Chinese Ethereum. And one day he just dropped a message to me on Facebook, and he kind of had his little winky face with it and said, when are we going to start the Joel and TW crypto show? And I was like, oh, that would be fun. Let's do that. And that's what we did. And the fact that anybody wants to listen at all, you know, still is baffling to us, but we're grateful.
We definitely have to give respect to our community as well. You know, we're doing for them. They're pushing us to actually, you know, continue to do this. It's a motivational factor as well. So I really, you know, enjoy that side of things. So when you guys covering, you know, doing your podcast, do you guys focus in any specific like sectors, like for example, like NFTs news, you know, what's going on in NFTs, or, you know, do you guys cover other sectors, maybe like the DeFi, what's going on, and you know, any you know, others?
Trav, you want to take that one?
I didn't hear. My internet
bit.
connection's kind of going in and out, and I think I was frozen a little bit. Can you hear me?
He basically wanted to know why you're such a dick.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna own it just because I am. So if you don't like it, eat a bag of dicks.
So I'll answer the question. The show Bad Crypto covers everything, you know, that's interesting to us, crypto and blockchain, right? So we've talked more recently a lot about DeFi, but we also talk a lot about more NFTs, which is why, you know, one of our other shows is a weekly video live show called the Nifty Show. And we've been doing that for 5 months now, every Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific. We go live for about an hour. We have guests, usually multiple guests on throughout the show. And we're live at nifty.show/YouTube and nifty.show/theta for fans of decentralized live streaming. That the whole show is about NFTs. And honestly, as much as we're excited about Bitcoin and crypto, we are X times more excited about digital collectibles. This space is what we believe the next DeFi craze, right? This is the next wave. DeFi had its moment and it's here to stay. It's found stability, and clearly there's a need for it, but the world does not yet know about owning digital collectibles. It's not mainstream. We're still pioneering this space, us and the consumers together, and it's about to explode, and we really love it.
It definitely has some features. Oh, go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, and I would say this is that, you know, NFTs are not just digital collectibles. I mean, that's one thing that excites us because that's the use case that's available now. But William Quigley, who is the creator of Wax, he said this. He says, you know, anything that's not food will be an NFT in the future. There'll be some sort of connectivity to the blockchain in some way. And an NFT is not just an image or a digital collectible. It's a programmable smart contract that can be and do anything. You know, it's geo-specific, right? It can be time released. You can have multiple sides of it. It can be 3-dimensional. It can be audio. It can be video. It can be all kinds of things. And we're just now exploring the boundaries of what an NFT can be, what it is, what it could be.
What it is.
You know, what it is and how it was, and it's good. I mean, we love it, and the community is unbelievable. Some of the brightest, most fun, entertaining people in the community. And what we get to do every time when we drop stuff to them, we get to deliver delight. We get to make people unbelievable.
Yeah, I think everything you guys are touching on, we've had some guests in the past couple of weeks. They're saying the same things. I think a lot of the stuff that NFTs will be in the future isn't that sexy. Like you're talking about event tickets, you're talking about IDs, you're talking about anything, like you said with William. But the collectibles are interesting because they just kind of casually are, right? They have a kind of aesthetic value. So what made you guys go into Blockchain Heroes and kind of go into the collectible space and think, hey, I don't want to just invest in this, I want to make something?
Yeah, we've always tried to innovate in the space and not just be broadcasters, right? Not just be pseudo journalists. We like playing with the technology. We had somebody in our community take an idea that we came up with for mining a coin on inferior computers called Bad Coin, and Marshall Long and his team put together this chain. They forked Bitcoin and Litecoin and created this this coin that a community of people is mining on their laptops and older computers. The slower the processor speed, the better chance you have of mining a block reward on it. And we've known about NFTs. We've covered the NFT space since CryptoKitties in December 2017, but earlier this year we realized that we could start creating our own on Ethereum, which is what we were doing in January when people would meet us at a conference. We'd say, oh, get your wallet out, and we'd scan their address and we'd drop them an NFT. That was like proof of meeting us. And then we took that idea and we thought, oh, what if we did a proof of listening where people who are listening to the podcast during the show, if we had a guest on that we think would make for a cool NFT, like Ron Paul, for example, we'd say, hey, you got 72 hours from the time this episode drops to go fill out this form with your name and your email and your wallet address. And then we drop them this. Well, shortly after the Corona lockdowns, I remember telling Travis, we should be creating something called blockchain buddies. And blockchain buddies would be cards of people in the blockchain space, cool, fun cartoons of them. And we were like, man, we'd have to like sell them on OpenSea though, or something. That doesn't look too fun. And then Trav, I'll let you pick up with what we discovered with Topps.
Yeah, I said, well, you were like blockchain buddies. I was like, blockchain, he was talking about, I was like, oh, so what, like garbage pail kids, kind of thing? He was like, yeah, kind of like, I'm like, dude, we can't call it blockchain buddies. There's this gay bar in Kansas City called Buddies. I go, there's no way we're going to call it buddies. This makes me laugh. And so we like, it's called blockchain rock stars. Like, yeah, dude, rock fierce. And like, dude. And he was like, oh, dude, blockchain heroes. And I was like, oh yeah, that's great. And then what was interesting is like, after we had that conversation about blockchain buddies, like 4 or 5 days later, Topps announced with Wax that they were going to put garbage pail kids on the blockchain. So we're like, what? Wow. So like our thumb was firmly right on the pulse. And then we watched the launch go on. And I think they sold out in 27 hours, their first 110,000 cards. And we got in it. We were buying packs and like opening packs. And then we realized, look, this is the technology that we need right here, this system, to be able to open them up and to be able to have your inventory and your catalog and to have all your cards there. This is cool. We should do blockchain heroes now. And let's look into how we can do that. And in less than 2 months, we launched it.
We did. And people can actually see the fruit of that at bcheroes.com. This is, I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you can see there's a lot, cards in different variations. And what it is, it's 50 heroes that are in an alternate universe inspired by real blockchain and crypto personalities. And the cards go from common all the way up through epic and legendary and then to golden, with these being, the rarest of cards that you could get in packs. And I'll actually show you the way it worked is people would buy these packs, and I'll go to a hero pack here and click on them and open it. Now you have to have a Wax Cloud wallet, which takes about 30 seconds to set up at wax.io. Once you have it, you can store your wax and open packs and collect assets. And then it's going to reveal my 5-card pack. There we go.
Awesome.
So I've got a Lightspeed, a Professor Axiom, a Silver Scientist, an Uncommon Wild Wrangler, and a Megamind. That's what we call a vanilla pack, right? It's like the bare basics. But, you know, if you get really lucky, then you might see, you know, something like this pop out. And it's so much different than standard collectibles that, you know, have no action to them, right? Baseball cards and Garbage Pail Kids from, you know, the 80s. It's just a physical card that can get dinged up, they can get lost. And with these, you're able to really add some interesting flavor to them. And as Travis said, we sold out all 12,500 packs. We sold them out in about 15 minutes of sale time. And now we've got a community of people that come to a weekly community meeting where we share the latest, you know, news and updates with them. And we've announced that December 15th is going to be Blockchain Heroes 2 First Strike. Is the
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. And we are bringing villains into our universe, and there's a lot of storyline that goes with what we're creating here. It's not just here's some cool looking cards. There's a reason they exist, and we really want to bring people into that storytelling.
Yeah, and the villains are all anonymous, like Dr. Greg Wrong.
That's not true.
That's not true. That's an inside joke for the crypto folks.
You know, we've seen NFTs kind of blowing up this year, right? And the interesting stuff is that the traditional collectibles actually started blowing up as well. Like, you know, you're seeing like Pokemon cards have been traded again, and, you know, for like thousands and thousands of dollars. So do you guys think that just, you know, there's like two different collectible like groups, right? The traditional ones and the NFT guys, or do you think they're starting to kind of merge together and, you know, eventually they'll be like one? You know, why are we seeing
this? I would say that there are the digital collectors, and those who are physical collectors who will soon be digital collectors, right? And there's going to be a nice sort of overlap. And one of the things that we did, which actually I have one nearby, is we're actually bringing the physical world and the digital world. Is we didn't just create digital cards, we actually created physical card decks as well. We did a base card deck, which is the hero deck, and then we did a Titan deck. And what's really cool about it, which we invented something called an NFT Kickstarter, where we literally sold an NFT which represented the physical item, which will be printed and created later. And we sold 700 decks in 42 hours and at different tiered prices. And here's the Titan deck right here.
Oh.
And then we have the hero deck.
And what's cool about this is when you open up your deck, there's a QR code in it, and you scan the QR code, and you're able to claim some limited edition bonus NFTs to that aren't available anywhere else. So this is a physical set of
awesome.
The entire hero set right here on 55 cards.
Printed at the same printer that does the Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, wow.
Did you guys leverage your fan base at the Bad Crypto podcast and everything you were doing before? Or did this kind of come organically just from the Wax and NFT community?
We leveraged your audience and we took them all.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
come on over. And meet with us
that's
now.
water under the bridge.
No, of course we did. We, you know, we talk about the things that we're excited about on the show, and we've been doing the NFTs for proof of listening and dropping them on the Ethereum chain to people. So it was natural that, you know, as we evolved to Wax, we're like, guys, we're done with Ethereum. Ethereum is great, you know, for what it does, but Wax does NFTs so much better, much better. And when the world discovers that it's so much better, we're going to see more IPs. You know, Topps has done several releases of Garbage Pail Kids. Atari just did their first release of NFTs, their classic 2600 cartridges, the boxes of them in multiple variations. You know, we've got several.
William Shatner.
Shatner, yeah.
Yep. We went live for a lot of these sales, and it was a really good time. I do want to touch on how you guys think Wax solves the technical issues. I know we've got a call with the Wax guys here next week, and it might be a small issue, but I think it's one that could be solved. What do you guys make of these launches and potential hiccups that happen? Is that going to be something that is detrimental long term, or what are your guys' thoughts on these sale processes here?
Yeah, I would say this is that each time there was a little different technical issue. It hasn't been the same technical issue each time, but the most successful launches that we've seen without any technical glitches have all happened on Atomic Hub. So atomichub.io, those guys over there, Jonah and Fabian are just killing it. And so we're going to launch Blockchain Heroes 2, Electric Boogaloo. We're launching that on Atomic Assets.
It's not called Electric Boogaloo. God.
And no, so they're doing good. It's seamless. Like, I mean, I think they've solved it. The code is clean. It works smooth. Atomic Assets. There's two different asset types within Wax. There's the simple assets and there's the atomic assets. Atomic Assets seems to be more extensible. You can do more with it. I mean, Mr. Sir Lord Joel Comm over here, he has become an NFT wizard. Like the math that he's doing and over here and just dropping NFTs like it's hot. Like he's got the whole code back in and figured out the smart contracts, and he's going in every day. And as you see, we had the Nifty Box is a subscription box that we've done. And in November, this is the 12th of November, and he's dropped something to people every single day. We're dropping something to every single day. We promised 2 drops a week, but we're giving them 7 drops a week right now. So it's all part of our ethos, you know, under promise, over deliver, and deliver lots of delight.
I love that.
In a can, so that it can have a shelf life.
Yeah, I want to talk about Nifty Box here in a second, but I don't think it's not something specific to Wax either, right? You've seen the Sandbox sale today, kind of had a little bit of a glitch. So
I didn't see that. Did they sell more land today?
They sold more land, and they also had a front end glitch. I don't know. I wasn't a part of the sale myself. We've already got kind of squared away on the land there, but there was an issue, and they did get some pushback from the community. Another thing, as far as these sales go, and I want to get your guys' take on this, is the idea of the sales being open to just Wax as opposed to just credit card, or a combination of the two. What made you guys do a just Wax sale?
Well, you know, we do like to be the pioneers and do things that others haven't done before, but it really made a lot of sense to do the sale in just Wax for 2 reasons. One, dirty fiat is when you're dealing with Stripe and this flood of orders that takes place the moment you open your carts, you're subject to being shut down right in the midst of your sale. And we've seen that happen, right? Where people couldn't process their carts. But an even greater reason is that dirty fiat is dirty. The blockchain heroes represent decentralization, and they oppose the evil centralizers. So knowing that we had the tools to sell for Wax only, we were the first Wax only collectible card sale that you could purchase on blockchain. And that we're doing the same thing for the second set is the blockchain heroes will not accept your USD.
Yeah, and they're blockchain heroes, right? So it's like, that's one thing I think is fun about this whole thing, even with the decks that we printed out and just the whole lore behind it. I mean, blockchain heroes in our mind could be the very first time anybody's even heard the term blockchain. They're like, oh, blockchain heroes, what the hell's blockchain, right?
Right.
And so that's the whole mission. And one thing that we're doing on Blockchain Heroes 2, Electric Boogaloo, is that we are doing this. We're doing this thing so you can gift an NFT pack to a friend, right? So one of the biggest problems is in some of this stuff is that there's not enough, you know, consumers out there. There's a lot of people who are very passionate about it, but the number's relatively small comparatively speaking. But everybody has 3 to 5 to 10 to 20 different friends that they're like, oh man,
You don't have
cool.
20
check
friends,
this out.
Travis.
You don't have any friends?
You don't.
I got one friend. His name's Sir Lord Mr. Joe Comm, and that's all I need.
You know, that's a good point, Travis, that
paddle
when we talk about collectibles, you know, just forget art, forget, you know, rich media, you know, video, audio, all that for a moment, just physical collectibles. And let's even pare it down to just collectible trading cards. You've got millions of people all over the world that collect Pokemon and baseball cards and Garbage Pail Kids and Star Wars, and the list goes on. There's thousands of people in blockchain right now. This is very much like when I built my website in 1995. There was that year, there was only 18,000 websites in the whole world, period. How many millions are there now? This is where we are with this. We are not even at early adopter phase for digital collectibles. We are at the pioneer phase. And it's not just us as the creators, it's everybody who's buying and selling and trading. I mean, these people are going to be the ones that are like, you know, when the whole world is collecting, you know, blockchain-based MLB cards, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember in the beginning, the very first launch on Wax, you know, was this Topps Garbage Pail Kids thing in what, May of 2020. The year of COVID is when Wax became a thing. And so the glitches that you mentioned, that's all just part of pioneering. All of that stuff is going to work out. It's going to be easier to get Wax. It's going to be easier to buy. Launches will eventually be streamlined where we're not going to see these typical problems that we have. And that's when it's going to, you know, prepare the way for mass adoption.
Yeah, that's super interesting. What do you guys think about you know, the other players that are doing this? You know, for example, the Dapper Labs. You know, you mentioned that, you know, CryptoKitties, you guys had some experience there when they were out, and you know, Dapper Labs, they're doing that Top Shot right now for the NBA. It seems like, you know, it is in beta right now. We did get involved a little bit there. We played around with the moments. It looks fantastic. Like the setup.
They're badass. Have you had a chance to open some packs?
Absolutely, yeah, I did. And they're looking like they're gonna do more stuff like UFC and other things. And
yeah, they got Dr.
You maybe get into NFL or MLB, and like an awesome play happens, and boom, they turn it into an NFT that's in a pack.
It's funny you mentioned Dapper, because we announced at our community meeting last night that we got permission from them to take one of their unique CryptoKitties, Flotron, and turn them into a blockchain hero card, you know, with different rarities. And so it's really exciting.
That's awesome.
We love Wax, but we love NFTs and we love the space. And we're of the belief that a rising tide lifts all boats. We want to feature and work with anybody in the space that is innovating and bringing value, because, you know, it's like we're Macy's, and if we don't have it, we'll send you to Gimbals.
You know, we're still kind of seeing a little bit of a lower participation, you know, rate in terms of like people actually, like, you know, living in these, especially, you know, in Decentraland, since it's already launched. Is it this similar type of scenario where you have, you know, like kind of like NFTs, it's still very early and you have still a low crowd that is participating, and then, you know, will both of those things kind of feed off each other for NFTs to blow up? Because, you know, there's some ideas of like showcasing NFTs in these metaverses where people are kind of meeting around and chilling. You know, we haven't really seen that many meetups or conferences happen in these worlds, especially during the time when we have this, you know, virus, right, when there's no conferences around. So I feel like this is like the best time for them to really, you know, pump out some meetups, conferences, push NFTs there, but we haven't seen that really happen yet.
Yeah, well, I think you know, these metaverses will really take off when VR becomes more popular, because it's one thing when you can look at it on a 2D screen and go, oh, that's cool. But when you can look around and you go, oh my God, look at that Bitcoin building, or look at this roller coaster that someone created. It's sort of like Minecraft, right? It's like these decentralized sort of metaverses. They remind me of like Minecraft, but it's like you got to pay to buy the land, and you can build stuff on it, and there's different sort of transactional things that can happen within those. But I think really it's like, you know, as VR becomes more prevalent, you know, and the Oculus Quest 2 has just recently come out, and there's going to be some more stuff that evolve. I think we're still probably a couple years, 2-3 years away from really, you know, big stuff happening there. There's some cool stuff that is happening there. And if Mr. Sir Lord, Mr. Joel Comm would like to pop open our crypto voxels or our Decentraland, we have a really cool spot in one of these that we had somebody build for us that we can showcase NFTs and showcase different things in there. And so you can do some cool stuff with them. It's just not a whole lot of people jumping on these, because for one, how many people are in crypto? As Mr. Joel Comm said, thousands, right? So how many of those people are in metaverses? A subset of those. And so as more people become aware of gaming on, you know, decentralized platforms and gaming on blockchain and tokenization of things and NFTs, and become more aware of that, then, more adoption will happen.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow.
There's this is Bad Cryptopia, our little representation here in Crypto Voxels, and there's a.
Is that a bar?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
No, this is a dispensary. You get your fake weed here.
Yeah, and actually, let me. I think I can share my audio because they're in. There you go. You should be able to hear my sound now. And there's actually you can belly up to the bar, and should be able to click this.
Did you guys record that yourselves? That's your audio?
No, somebody way more talented than us. We're like right on the outskirts here of Crypto Voxels. We're on the very west side.
Be careful, don't fall off.
If you go to badco.in/voxels in your web browser, it'll take you right.
Those
here.
are some badass bouncers right there. You don't want to fuck with those guys. Seriously, look at how badass Mr. Joe Comm with his glasses standing out there all like.
So is this person? Did they come from community and they were like, okay, we want to build this for you guys, or like how did it kind of go around?
So I actually I dabble with so much stuff. I bought a Decentraland plot. I've got 2 Decentraland plots. I've got 4 sandbox plots from way back that I haven't touched, and I got this Crypto Voxels, and I thought this would probably be the easiest thing, and so I went out there and found some dude that's like, oh yeah, I can build this for you. And that was back when you had to like buy color CLR token on Crypto Voxels. And I gave him some assets and the dude put it together. In fact, if you go around the back of the building, his signature is up there on the top. I'm not that talented. I mean, I could build something in Minecraft, but I don't have the patience to do what he did.
I was really impressed. That was beautiful. How much did that cost us to build that thing?
I don't know, not much.
Wow.
I mean, the plot probably costs a couple $100, I would assume. And I've gotten so many offers from people. They want to buy the plot because I think Crypto Voxels is sold out. Like they make new islands just so they can sell more land. I'm like, I'm not
like our beachfront property, but there's no beach. It's just a cliff.
Yeah, it's edge of the world property.
That's amazing, guys. So Dimitri touched on Dapper Labs. I think we're kind of getting to the point where we're talking a little bit more about like, and I hate to use the cliche word of mass adoption, but take your shot if you're listening. Technically, in the same way that we're dealing with it in DeFi, and you could claim DeFi is Bitcoin and Ethereum, in the same way that we have that ethos of let's build this open world. We don't want the big financial institutions. Do we want the big brands entering the collectible space? Is that something
we have to? There's no way around it, right? In order to get the attention of mainstream, it's going to take mainstream brands coming in, and they're coming, like it or not, they're coming. And one of the reasons that Top succeeded is because of the nostalgia of the Garbage Pail Kids, right? People are like, oh, cool, I remember collecting these, in the 80s. And so we're going to see it's just a matter of time before they negotiate deals with Marvel and Star Wars and MLB and NHL, and those come. And then people are going to be like, oh, crap, I can get these, on my computer, on my phone. I can show them off. I want this. And I think that's what's going to move the market.
Yeah, I know that Joel and I are we're with bated breath. We're holding out for the Barbie NFTs. I can't wait to get Malibu Barbie.
Same.
Malibu Ken. It's not the way. But no, seriously, think about Hot Wheels on NFTs, like all the cool shit you could do with those. And then once you get that NFT, you could like put it in a Hot Wheels NFT blockchain game, and you could do racing with it and different things. And like, there's an NFT, what is it, like F1 something, and it's an Animoca product.
F1 Delta Time.
And the F1 racing, and they're selling freaking race cars that are NFTs for like, I think they sold one for like $90,000 or something ridiculous. It's amazing. People are like, and then they have a thing where like, oh, well, if you're not racing it, well, you can lease it out and people can pay to borrow your car to race your car in the race. So then they can make money while playing. I mean, there's so many real world applications that are happening now with these NFTs, and taking an NFT that you have. So just for an example, there's a new game that has popped up by the people who created Dark Country, the new Dark Country thing. So if you go to nest.daplica, DAPPILICO.io or something, and you can literally take the Dark Country games, and then they poured it in the blockchain heroes cards. And so now depending on which cards you have, you can play like this super high sophisticated version of like rock, paper, scissors. But there's like all these, like, you got to block this. Oh, where are you going to attack? Somebody's head, their chest, their groin. You're going to kick them in the ass. You're going to swipe out their legs, and your card versus their card, and you're like playing. And then they have tournaments. Like, this thing was, I saw this for the first time yesterday, and it was working, and I played it. And I was like, wow, the first time that two separate NFT IPs have come together. And I was actually, the first fight I did was against somebody who had Dark Country heroes. Well, my blockchain heroes that I have are way better than that, because I have like good mythic ones and some golden ones, and so like mine have more power. And it was fun. It's a fun game to play. It's interesting, but it's new, and it's pioneering it, and cross blockchain IPs are connecting together, and people can play. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, the interoperability there of being able to see things work together within Web3 is amazing. I think metaverses that we just touched on, being able to see different assets from different games inside of Metaverse, that's all going to be amazing going forward. I want to touch on this Nifty Box here that you guys have created as well, this product. What is kind of the process here, and what are the benefits from an investor or user perspective that wants to be involved with Nifty Box?
Well, everybody, has had a subscription box at some time, right? Whether, a loot box, like whatever it is. My girlfriend gets Bark Box, and every month this company sends for her puppy toys and treats, right? There's boxes for men, there's makeup boxes for women. And we thought, what if we created a subscription box that was NFTs? Except unlike a traditional physical subscription box that you get once a month and you get everything at once, this is a membership card that you hold in your wallet. And when you hold the card in your wallet, we know you've got it, and we drop NFTs to you from leading, intellectual properties, new brands, some really unique and unusual stuff. You could see right here, there's the NFT Star and the NFT King membership. It actually goes through December 31st of 2021. We started selling them last month and are prorating the price each month for those that are left. And there's a limited number. There's only 100 King boxes and only 250 Star boxes. And so when those are topped out, that there's true digital scarcity in what you're going to get from them. It's theniftybox.com. And for example, today, tribalbooks.io just launched their pack sale yesterday, and they created for our members entirely unique cards, 20 unique cards ranging from common to mythic in the same number of each variation that they would find in the packs. And we dropped one or two of those cards randomly to every member today. So, they see something new in their wallet on a regular basis. We told them that Star boxes would get 6 to 8 drops a month, and Kings would get 8 to 12. But the way it's working out is we seem to be dropping something almost every day. So, we don't look at it as an investment, though. Certainly, you might get things that you'll sell on the secondary market, or you just might want to keep them. But the idea here, as Travis mentioned, is to deliver delight. Give them something each day. It's like every day is, a surprise. You don't know what you're going to get. And some stuff you'll really love. Some other stuff might not be your thing. You might trade it with somebody else. But we're seeking to deliver in everything that we're creating. And of course, there's unique blockchain heroes cards that they get only as a subscriber. Subscribers get free packs of new blockchain heroes sets when those cards are released. There's a lot of different benefits that people can read about at the niftybox.com.
Yeah, and Joel and I, we had this idea. I think it was, we had an idea for a Nifty Box back in, I want to say May or June, when we thought about how cool it could be. And I think we had gotten the domain name early on, but then some new technology had been developed by the folks over there at Atomic, and then Bounty Blocks had done some stuff, and then it made it easy. So, basically, like if you have that NFT card, that Nifty Box card membership in your wallet, either the annual one or that particular month's one, Joel can go in and look at that, find that template, see everybody who has that particular card, which verifies that they're a member, and then just drops them all these. Here's these, and here they are randomly, and it just drops them randomly out there. So it was really cool. By the time we decided to do it, Like literally, I think we made the decision. We go, oh, we should do it. We should go ahead. And we did that on Monday. I built the website on Tuesday. We announced it on Wednesday, and it went for sale the next Monday. Like literally within 7 days of us deciding to do it. So here's what we're going to do. And then by the time we launched on Monday, Joel had already outreached, and people had already outreached to him and said, hey, we want to be part of this. How do we be part of this? How do we contribute stuff to the Nifty Box? Because here you go. You have 100 people who, have spent about, $1,000 on a Nifty Box, and you got another 250 people who have spent $400 on a Nifty Box. And those are people who buy NFTs. That's a very, great audience to be able to identify. And so they want those people to be part of their NFT launches. And so they come to us and we drop them stuff, and that's a marketing ploy for them. And so it becomes, and some of these cards that get dropped become pretty valuable,
right?
Just
like,
on the secondary market, people like them.
From the tribal books that we just dropped, 4 of the cards that were randomly dropped to members were the mythic level cards. So it's 4 people are like, oh crap, I got a super rare card. Saturday, we're dropping a pack of Mutant Warriors cards to every member, Stars and Kings. I mean, those are $10, per pack to go buy them. And they're really amazing artwork. And we're just seeking to deliver more and more of this. We gave away promo packs of Alien Worlds. It was a 1-card pack that also had Trillium. And the odds of the cards were the same as in their 5 and 10 card packs. Some dude pulled a mythical out of his 1-card pack that he got for free. So, you never know what's going to pop up, and we're just continuing to surprise people with what shows up in their wallets. And honestly, like, this is the closest I'll ever be to playing God, with a small G, is because I'm here going, what are we going to drop to them today? And then you do, and you watch people in the Telegram go, oh, damn, I got this, or this is cool. Mm-hmm. This is a badass piece of art. This is a cool music video. This is a podcast NFT, and some things they've never seen before. And it's that element of surprise. It's so fun.
Mama always said NFT Nifty Box is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
I remember when she said it. Look at the sun coming in and hitting me right through.
Yeah, I can see the ray, it's
you're getting sunburn right there. You got like a little strip sunburn.
Yeah,
it's the ray from God.
There.
He's getting some vitamin D.
I'm going to eat some sunshine.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, I love that membership setup. That's a really cool setup. And yeah, I like how you have a website you can pay in wax or dirty fiat. Would you say, like, there's, what do you think, more people paying, wax or fiat?
Oh, definitely more paid in wax. People, they like stack their wax, and some are staking and they're pulling rewards out, and they have this wax in their wallet. And I don't know, for me, having wax in my wallet feels more like funny money, even though it is a currency and it is liquid. Having it there is just kind of like, having this in-game currency. And I think less about my purchases, when they're in wax. So we definitely have more people doing that.
Isn't that so weird? There's like CryptoKitties purchases. You'll be like, if you told me, here, pay $700 for a digital cat or pay 1.2 ETH, it's just different. It's just different.
Yeah, it hits different for sure. I wanted to ask you, with the community that you guys have, the guys that do get these packs and open them, you kind of briefly mentioned, there's some that, like, are collectors, right? They would want to hold it, right, as a collection, and that's it. There are others that maybe want to, go on the secondary market and drop them, right? Like speculators maybe that looking to make some money. There's stories where people in like third world countries, let's say, that actually make money off this, right? So do you guys think like there's more people that are like collectors or artwork, or there's like a healthy balance between the speculators and the guys that do this kind of for fun, for collection?
I mean, we've never done a survey to ask people. The marketplaces are certainly busy, but I think there's a lot of people in the space that really just dig digital collectibles, and they love, we're hoarders. It's like I'm hoarding in my wallet. I've got these cool things, and I'm like, but they're not taking up space. It's unlike, I got rid of my whole comic book collection this summer, sold a couple thousand comic books. I got rid of my whole vintage software collection. It's no longer taking up space, but I can log in on my phone or my web browser, and there's these cool digital collectibles. And Travis and I, we just geek out on this stuff. So I don't know. I like both. I probably probably buy and keep more than I sell.
Well, I know me personally, it's like I buy and sell about equally. I mean, if I look at how much I've spent and how much I bought, it's about equal. But sometimes I'll just go, okay, like normally I won't sort of sell some things. I mean, I'll like open them up and I mean, I try to get those rare, super rare cards. Like there's that dopamine hit. Like, I don't know, when the Atari thing was going on, I wanted one of those collector's editions and I did not get it. And I kept buying and I open them and I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna get one of these. And then nope, I got a few of those golden ones, but I did not get that. It's that dopamine hit. So the thing is about this, if you are creating an NFT set, it's got to be high quality, super high quality, and it's got to be digitally scarce. So it's got to be low quantity. So if you create cool shit that's, you know, high quality and low quantity, digitally scarce, and you know, and it's cool, and you built some marketing buzz around it, people are going to want to do it because you know what, we made the pack openings fun. You saw how the pack openings are. It's like that's a dopamine hit. So people are like, oh damn, that was badass, I want to open up another one. And you see and you go, okay, I didn't get a mythic, damn, click, open another one, you know. And then what happens is a lot of times like people will buy these packs and then resell them on the secondary market. We've had our $5 packs be as high as $30 on the secondary market. We've had our, you know, Titan packs, you know, be as high as $70, $80 on the market, but that's all secondary market. Like we have no control over that. That's what the whole supply and demand is. Here's the demand. There's no supply left. They're all sold out. And, you know, and the markets do what the markets do. We have no control over any of that. All we can do is create high quality and offer low quantity.
Yeah, and another thing to touch on here, and I might be dropping some alpha. Joel showed me this last week, but the ability to do things with the cards, not necessarily like put them in a game or something, but actually be able to put them together to form different types of cards and all these different things that you can do with a digital version of a collectible as opposed to a physical version that doesn't have that feature. I don't know if you want to drop that on us now.
I do. I want to share. I'll actually show everybody what you're talking about. You know, we sold 12,500 packs of Blockchain Heroes cards and they sold out, but we didn't want to just go, okay, you guys bought them, see you later. Mm-hmm. We were like, all right, we're creating story here and we're creating community, and how do we continue adding value to the cards that people just bought without charging them anything else? And so we have our 6th update that is launching next week. That's going to be a really cool event. But what's live right now is essentially what amounts to a card burn, right? We had 125,000 cards and we wanted to take 20,000 common cards out of supply. So people were able to take those cards and put them into something we called the vortex, and out of it, they would get a new legendary variation. So we burned 20,000 and 200 cards came out. Now we wanted to burn more common cards and some uncommon cards. And so we created something called the Forge. And this is what is live right now. And I can show you, this is actually the heroes.atomichub.io. We have our own tools page, and you could see right here, out of all the packs, we are more Blockchain Heroes packs of collectibles have been opened than any other property on the Wax blockchain to date, which is really cool. But here's the Forge, and I got to log in with my Wax Cloud wallet. And there's 3 different attempts at forges. You can burn 2 common cards together, a common and an uncommon, or 2 uncommons. You could see here, there's no more available, and there's only, you know, a limited supply of these. So you simply go to your cards and go, all right, I'm gonna do a Mega Mine.
You're gonna burn the shit cards you got earlier.
Yeah. So I'm going to click upgrade to, and then it's going to say, all right, reveal the Forge. Here we go. Now we're going to see, what did I get? Well, I got some pink dust. So what is pink dust? Well, there's an odds table that you could get either dust in one of 6 variations out of the Forge, or you could get a new card, a hero named Dustweaver, in different variations. So a lot of people are getting this dust and they have no idea what dust is for. And last night at our community meeting, we revealed what dust is going to be for. And there's going to be another new activity that's called advanced enchanting. And in this activity, you're going to take any of your 50 hero cards in its rare variation, and you're going to be able to combine it with one of the dust tokens you got. And they go from pink to red, green, blue, purple, and rainbow, with rainbow being the mythic version that's the rarest. And if you dust your card successfully, you're going to get a new card. And so when they go to dust their cards, enchant them, they're going to see this little video here. So that is the new enchanted variation. And Travis, he's the one who comes up with, you know, this cool Photoshop insanity with these beautiful cards, and each of the rare cards will have a counterpart in this enchanted variation, which is almost as rare as a mythic card. So it's going to be it's going to be a card burn of the rares. It's going to be a dust burn, and people are going to be pulling out these new cards. And it's this is the type of dedication that we have to our project, and we hope others do to theirs as well, that keep adding value beyond what people have already spent money on.
Yeah, it's not a money grab. As Joel mentioned, like we've done 1.6, and none of those cost our fans any additional money. They just took existing assets that they had. Maybe they had duplicates. You know, we did a 20,000 card burn of commons, which took us down from like 60,000 commons down to 40 or something. I don't even remember what the numbers were. 100,000 commons. I don't know. Shitload.
You don't know.
Numbers.
I do the math.
He does the math.
You have no idea.
Make things cool.
Nothing you said there is even close to
shitloads to less shitloads.
About 83,000 cards we brought, commons we brought down to 63,000, and then we're burning 10,000 more commons and 5,000. Anyway, we're bringing the set down, you know, pretty significantly, which increases the collectability of the cards that are left.
Yeah,
that's so true. These things, like these dusted sort of advanced enchanted cards, each one of them, it takes you about 25 minutes to do. So it's like, it's not like, you know, it's like, so, but it's just about delivering delight to the fans. And what could potentially happen is some of these cards will never get minted. Some of them might not get minted because you don't know if they don't put a courage card in with the dust and nobody ever makes one, then that card's not going to exist. So, but I still had to do all the work. Me and my son busted them out, and they take a while to knock out. But you know what? It's all about a commitment to excellence and a commitment to delivering delight and making our fan base just happy. You know, it's just whenever we make them happy, they just, I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot of communities. I've never seen a community more happy than ours. Like, they are ecstatic.
Yeah, and the proof is every Wednesday night we have what we call the Hero Report. It's our community meeting. We just did our 20th one last night. And, you know, Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, nifty.show/report. Anybody's free to come, and they actually come into the Zoom, right? It's not watch this stream. It's come join us. And we've had anywhere from 60 to 150 people come to these things. Last night we had about 80, you know, and we're already 2 months or so past the launch of our product, and they come every week because we put on a show for them. We have a presentation. We reveal new cards. We tell them about new activities they'll be able to do.
Joel does little dances. They're so cute.
Dances, yeah.
That's amazing. Guys, this is a ridiculously good breakdown of what you guys are doing with the Nifty Box, with Blockchain Heroes, just everything, man. I appreciate what you guys are doing. We wouldn't have had you on if we didn't think that you guys were doing great work. And when you look at the content out there, and I'm speaking now specifically about the Bad Crypto podcast, when you look at the content out there, there's a lot of shit. And one of the things that we appreciate from you guys is a lot of the good content that you guys bring, the authentic content, the no money grabs, the things that you guys just do because you want to do it. So I know I kind of waited till the end to pat you guys on the back there. But yeah, you guys are doing awesome work, man. We appreciate it so much.
Can I show you one more thing, which I think is really funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
Our friend Adam Barlam has launched chaingames.io, and they created essentially Super Crypto Kart, which it's like Mario Kart, but you can race, you know, so you can race as the chicken in the Litecoin cart, right? Or you can race as Fluffy Pony and the Monero cart. So this is the bad coin card right here. And if you guys go to chaingames.io, you can play for free, but you'll also be able to play for crypto. And they're weaving in mainstream games like Call of Duty and Fortnite soon that you'll be able to stake to play to win in those games. I don't know exactly how they're doing it, but I know they're doing it, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I keep saying that crypto cart would go a lot faster if my fat ass wasn't in that sidecar.
There needs to be a detachable button.
He pulls the chain, he pulls the little the bolt. I fly off, and he just goes phew. But actually, let's end this on something even funnier than that. Why don't you drop them the card that we released last night, and we showed them that animated card.
Yeah.
So we have these different cards that we've done. And from series 1, now we're going into the series 2, Electric Boogaloo. And what's great about this is that we have a new variation called Action. And Joel went out and found this amazing animator. And this was the first one. And what's so funny about this one is we had just a joke in passing about this. And then like 2 weeks later, he goes, I got something funny to show you. I'm like, what's that?
So
and then he drops me this.
Let me show you the original first. This is the on Atomic. This is the card from series 1. This is Sooth and Sayer, right? Which is inspired by a couple crypto clowns, right? It's this two-headed hero. And so we're carrying over some of the heroes from series 1 into series 2 with this new variation. And this is the action card that Travis is telling you about. Give me
That's
that.
awesome,
No,
man.
you give me it. No, give me it.
It's
no.
on a loop. I love that. That's really cool. I like the animated version here.
My favorite part is I hit him more.
He does.
He hits me, takes the mic. I take the mic. He takes the mic. I punch him. He gets mad. Then he punches me, and then I punch him twice. I bitch slap him.
There it is. Yep, the twice. You should have laid out the backhand there.
Look at how happy we are when we have the microphone. We're like, yeah, I have the microphone now. And he gets the microphone stolen away. He's like a little snowflake. He starts crying about it.
Guys, we're going to have to end the episode because we've gone, I think, a little bit over our allotted time of an hour. But the last thing I want to kind of get your opinions on. Actually, no, one more thing. Dimitri is tentatively known, or I just think, known in our community, nickname as the Ukrainian Bear. So I think that might be a play into the Blockchain Heroes. Maybe we can get Dimitri on there one day. But
nice. I'm actually in Ukraine right now.
No way, really?
I'm in
Where?
Odessa. Yeah, I'm going to Kiev tomorrow.
That's amazing. I am from Kiev, so that's
very nice.
That's
Where
awesome.
are you now?
Oh, I'm in U.S. I'm in Pennsylvania. Yeah, so
they got. How come you got so many beautiful women here? What's the deal with that? Is it because of Chernobyl?
Yeah, something like that.
The last thing I want to get your guys' opinion on is, and I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole, but I would feel remiss if we didn't even talk about it because you guys have such good thoughts on it. Where are we today in America? Give me the primer. I know that's a big topic, but if you could give me a TLDR, what your guys' thoughts are before we end the episode, I think you guys
are we talking politics here? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, let's roll the last 30, 45 seconds.
America's teetering on the edge of holding on to what made America. And we were liberty and freedom, rugged individualism, and the ability to run your own life without government control. We've been moving very quickly towards a bad direction that some people are celebrating, and they don't know what it is they're celebrating yet because it can get really ugly really fast.
I've seen videos where they had these sort of these ballot drop boxes, and then people would just go there, and there's a video of these guys walking up with these bags, unlocking the thing, taking the votes out, and then replacing the votes, and then driving away.
That's going, conspiracy theory. That
is a conspiracy theory. My bad. I don't know. I see video evidence, and I know deep fakes aren't too far along yet, so I think I still believe my eyes most of the time.
You got
Except if you see my
face I was gonna
say
this
Taylor Swift's body, they use Reface app.
This turned into Alex Jones real fast.
Let me tell you guys something here. I really want to thank you all for having me on the show today, you guys.
All right, guys.
Watch out for those trans-dimensional aliens.
we do have to get to the end of the episode here. Travis, Joel, we appreciate you guys coming on. You guys are doing great work.
Who do you appreciate more?
Both of you equally.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And next episode we'll get into Bohemian Grove and we can do some more Alex Jones.
Let me tell you, these elite, they're in here, they're having these rituals and they're drinking blood and it's crazy.
All right, guys. Great episode. I will see you next time.
Thanks a lot.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to check out Layer 1 on all the audio and video platforms listed in the description. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next week.